In the US, there are only two absolutes: death and paying taxes. At this time there is no way out of either one, and the future doesn't look bright as well. If you find yourself on the wrong side of the IRS, you may be in luck if you qualify for their IRS tax forgiveness program. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss tax forgiveness. This program falls under the offer in compromise part of the US tax code. This program does not have a guaranteed acceptance policy, and it is totally up to the IRS to offer it to any taxpayer who qualifies. The program has a whole lot of stipulations, and you must be prepared to show them that you are fully qualified for the OIC program, or you will not be accepted. Programs like this make it possible for taxpayers who owe the IRS back taxes or have a debt to the IRS to settle for a lesser amount. The OIC, or offer in compromise, is one of the ways that the IRS has come up with as a way to collect on the amount of overdue or delinquent tax payment owed by taxpayers. This type of program was designed as a way for the IRS to both maximize the collection of the amount of tax money the government is owed while making it a lot less painful for the taxpayer. In order to qualify for an IRS tax forgiveness program, you first have to owe the IRS at least $10,000 in back taxes. Then you have to prove to the IRS that you don't have the means to pay back the money in a reasonable amount of time. The IRS is going to go through your assets and income potential in order to determine if there isn't a likelihood that they would be able to collect the full amount of back taxes that you owe. If it determines that it is in the government's best interest to settle for less money, then they will make offer of compromise. When to call a tax relief service. A tax relief service is a tax firm that specializes in the area of tax problem resolution. Tax attorneys, CPAs, or enrolled agents are the only designation that is necessary for proper representation before the IRS. If you are involved in a tax debt-related matter with the IRS, or any state or county taxing authority, engaging a tax relief expert to represent you is a wise choice. Here are the most common reasons for putting a tax relief expert to work on your behalf. You need to resolve large amount of back tax issues and problems. You will be bringing your tax matters before the U.S. tax court, appealing an IRS decision through the appeals department. You are being audited and need proper representation. You owe a large amount of back taxes, fines, interest and penalties, and you want to negotiate a settlement with the IRS. You have multiple years of unfiled tax returns and need to get compliant and reach a resolution with regards to your back taxes. You are an employer with employment 940/941 payroll tax problem and in need of proper representation and resolution. And you are in extreme financial hardship and need the tax agency to stop enforcement actions such as tax levies, wage garnishments and liens. Your standard business or criminal law attorney does not have the specialized training it takes to represent your tax problems before the IRS. You only want to hire a tax professional who has specific tax controversy experience and training concentration in tax relief. How to work with a tax relief service. Besides the specialized tax knowledge a tax professional brings to the table, you are also guaranteed the right of confidential communication. This means that you can tell your tax representative the truth and the facts surrounding your case, even admitting to guilt, or revealing other tax-related issues that the IRS has yet to discover, and your conversations are considered confidential. While the Internal Revenue Service Restructuring and Reform Bill of 1998 affords some very limited protected communication rights, those rights are not as pervasive as they are when you're speaking with a criminal attorney. This means there is absolutely no reason to tell your tax representative, power of attorney, anything less than the 100% truth. IRS payment plan. When you owe tax to the IRS you are unable to pay in full, you have to look into other options, specifically a payment plan. There are several types of IRS payment plans you can choose from. You need to consider each option before deciding on one. It is imperative to choose the payment plan with the IRS that would best suit you and the amount you can afford to spend at the present time, because paying the IRS is very important, but you do not want to do so at the expense of the rest of your bills. The common types of the IRS payment plan are installment agreement and partial payment installment agreement. The IRS payment plan is the plan to be considered when the full payment option is out of play, although you may realize that paying in full, even if it means a bit of a financial strain, is the best thing to do at the present time. Getting relevant information on both of these plans will give you a better idea of which one is best for you. The most common method used in settling an IRS tax debt is an IRS payment plan, also known as an installment agreement. The IRS will almost always accept some type of payment arrangement for past due taxes. The negotiation with the IRS will either take place over the phone with an automated collection system, or in person with an IRS revenue officer. Helping people provide a solid foundation for a more secure financial future. One video at a time. We appreciate you tuning in and hope to see you again soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to click on one of our other videos. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time on Top 5 Hive.